Welcome to the Wayward Widow. Let me clip this one. I have my coffee, so I'm going to try not to clip it too high. We have some gray skies today. It's getting that time, Sunday. I had to ask Siri 4 times when the first day of fall was, and she just wasn't picking up on fall or autumn, so I had to ask the autumnal equinox, and then she said the 22nd, which is Sunday, so it's probably like at midnight. I want to show you guys what I'm working on now, what gem art I'm on. I have one color left. Well, I have this one I'm finishing, this color here. And then I have, I'll show you the black. I have this color is the last one. And that's up here. You can see, can you see that? That's like that. Just a little itty bitty one. It was fun. This is a fun one. I'm still working on my Michael J. Fox book. That's a great book. If you want to learn about Parkinson's disease, or you just want to learn about somebody's strength and getting through really rough times, pick up Michael J. Fox's book, his story. I think the last video I did was on Sunday for like my 1 minute and 11 seconds when my guy and I went to the museum to see the Impressionist art show, and then we sat outside for a little while. There's too much glare there. We'll take that off. I have this much left. This is Cafe Mocha and French Vanilla with Cool Whip, generic. Get the Walmart generic in the can. Get the extra creamy. And I like it better than the cold foam. The cold foam is super expensive. It's like $5. The generic of this, of the Cool Whip, like less than $2. Got my candle. It's a Tuesday, so you guys know for me Tuesdays are rough. I just counted the weeks, and I actually counted twice, because the first time I counted 30, and I'm like, that doesn't seem right. The second time I counted 29 weeks since Sky passed from this life onto his next life and went into rebirth. So if you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, same thing. You're still welcome. Thanks for being here. I'm going to do my best to be more consistent. There's been a lot going on. There's a lot of change in my life. There's new things happening, and I'm in a relationship, so that's kind of shifted up my schedule. My son is here with me, and there's a lot going on just there with his health and what he needs, so there's a lot of stuff there. There's just stuff right now. And so I'll get better. I'm just trying to find my place in the world right now. So I still need to put Sky's obituary note on every Tuesday, and then again on the 27th I leave him a note, a saying, just a little love letter to him every week. And I'm counting the weeks. I'm like, how long has it been? Time is going so fast right now. So I counted 29, so I'm going to say it's 29 weeks that he's been gone from this earth. So this morning, because there's a lot going on in my head, I did myself a little Marie Kondo, and you guys who've been with me a while know that when I get overwhelmed and overstimulated in my head, I go through my apartment like a whirlwind, and I clean out and toss and donate. So that's what happened this morning. Because there is so much going on right now that I'm not used to, I felt that overwhelmed feeling, and so I needed to clean house. And I started back in the bedroom, and I went through all of my bracelets, all of my earrings, all of my necklaces, all of my rings. I found with my necklaces, a lot of them have tarnished because they came from Temu. They were like $1, $1.19, $2, you know. I don't really have any good jewelry as far as necklaces, except maybe one piece that my son bought me to put some of Sky's ashes in. Other than that, everything else is pretty much, you know, and I have the necklace with Moonshadow's ashes in. So that's a better one. I'm here in the truck. We're waiting for an Amazon package. And Amazon trucks have a certain sound, but I guess it's not. So I did all that. I cleaned, I went through Sky's books, and I set aside all the books as far as decorating houses, because they're not ever going to get used. I donated one stack to the library. There was a stack that just was not salvageable because of where they had been stored before we moved here. So I cleaned all of those out. So all the books that are here now are the books that will stay. All of his Gallic books, all of his Buddhist books, because I read the Buddhist books too. And then there's a couple like little books that are just kind of special for him, and some DVDs that we watched together that I definitely am going to hold on to. So I got that done, and then I moved some pictures around. I took a poster off my wall in the bedroom and I got rid of that. A couple of pictures I got rid of, a couple of stick-on things I pulled off and put other places. I need to do that for in my head. Like, I need to do that. I need to clear out in order for me to think clearly again. It's a must for me. So when I felt like, okay, I cleared away as much as I felt comfortable with, then I'm able to stop, you know, and go on with the rest of my day. So so Tuesdays are hard, and where am I with all my feelings? And I told you guys when I said, hey, I'm in a relationship, I said I would talk about what I'm feeling and what this is like, and how do you balance loss with someone new, and how do you find that middle ground, and how do you be okay either way. One of the really good things about this relationship that I'm in is it's okay for me to talk about Sky and not feel that I'm stepping on anyone else's toes. You know, the person that I'm seeing understands that Sky passed away 7 months ago, and he's still in my heart and in my life, and will be like forever to some degree. And so if something comes up and I need to talk about a memory or something, I do. It's a whole shift in my life, in my world. To one, I was here by myself, you know, for like 6 months. It was just me. I mean, my son kind of drifted in and out, but he wasn't here consistently. So I spent most of my time alone, which you guys know. You went through those 6 months with me, and you knew what it was like. And the thought of putting myself out there was so scary, because I kept thinking, this is going to be a lot of work. This is going to be a lot of work. And it is a lot of work. It's a lot of thinking, it's a lot of doing, it's a lot of being, it's a lot of action. And I'm doing the best I can. Where it gets confusing or it gets hard for me is balancing my videos and my personal life, because my videos are my personal life. They are. And yet, how much do I say and how much do I not say? And so I just talk about what I feel comfortable talking about, and that's it. But right now it comes down to feelings, and how do I manage missing Sky to the extent that I do, but realizing that if it wasn't for him popping into my world for 14 years almost, I wouldn't be me. Like, I mean, I knew who I was my whole life, but there was no acceptance. Like, I didn't even accept who I was. And the people that I was with in my relationships could never accept who I was. Like, and then Sky came along and he was like, you just do you. Like, that's all you need to do, is you just do you, and I'll do me, and we'll be good. So we accepted each other unconditionally. There was no, okay, you have to change this or you have to change that. And it was in that 13.5 years of being with him and learning with him and him teaching me and me teaching him that I knew it was okay to be me, like, no matter what. So here I am, he's gone, he's in his next life. I don't have a clue what the man is doing, but I know he's busy, because he's always busy. He's got to be walking or running somewhere because he was always in motion. And I know he's with me because I feel him like almost all the time with me. So I know he's okay with where I am. I feel like between him and the godly universe and all my manifestation brought me to where I am today and to the person that I'm in a relationship with. So we're rolling into 5 weeks of seeing each other. It's going good. It's going really good. And I'm glad for that, and I hope it continues. And he hopes it continues. So we'll just see, day by day, the whole thing. But it was in that time with Sky, in his teaching, in my teaching, that I'm able to be me in this relationship without sugarcoating anything or being different or trying to be different or trying to be somebody I'm not to make an impression that's not me. It's either you take me for who I am and what I am, or move on, because there's no do-overs here. I said this in my last couple of videos. There's no do-overs. I'm in the last season, so I don't have the time or the energy to do over. But there's sometimes, some days, there's a clash in my emotions. So every morning, since Sky has passed away, I go on his iPad and I do his Duolingo. He was fanatical about getting his Duolingo done every day, getting his XPs, his points, and then once a month you can try to earn a badge. You have to get 50 quests done to get a badge, and he needed that badge every month. So February I worked with him, because that was the month he died. I worked with him, and together we got his February badge, which was a jazz badge, which was so apropos because he loved jazz music. So I find it like fitting that February was the jazz badge, and that's the month that he passed into his next life. So since then, every month I've gotten his badge in Duolingo, and then this morning I got his September badge, and so now I've added more friends to his friend list. I've followed more people for him, and I do his Scottish Gaelic every day. So if I hit a milestone for him, and it gives me an opportunity to share, I will put in the comments, Sky has passed away, Iascair. His name on Duolingo is Iascair, which is fisherman. Iask is fish, Iascair is fisherman. And I'll say Iascair has passed on into his next life. I am his widow, and I am kind of carrying his Duolingo torch, so that people understand that I'm the one totally either screwing up his Scottish Gaelic, or I'm learning enough to keep his streak going. So that's where we're at there. So that is something that I hold on to every single day, and makes me feel good. It kind of keeps that connection that I have with him with me. Today when I went around the apartment and I did some cleaning up and neatening up and getting rid of some stuff, I found a few things that I was able to put in the stand. I have a 3-drawer stand that I consider it to be the memory stand, and there's little doodads and things and just precious things that I put in those drawers that will never be tossed. They're things that are just really important to me because they belonged to him or to us. And so when you're a widow and you make the decision to move forward, not forgetting the person that passed on to their next life, but you're making the decision as somebody who's still alive to move forward, because I am still alive. I'm in my 66th rotation. I'd like to think I have, well, heck, I don't know. My mom lived to almost 98. She lived alone. She was still driving. She passed away a couple of months before her 98th birthday. My grandpa, her dad, lived to the age of 99. He was still deer hunting when he was 98. So if genetically I follow that path, I'd like to think I have maybe 30 more years of life here as I know it here. And I'm watching people around me. If you guys watch Tiffany Thinks, perfect example of what I talk about life and how fast it's moving, and not to waste a second of it. Because Tiffany, if you're following her, you guys know she's young. She just got engaged. Her and Matt just got engaged. This young woman's been battling cancer. She's had radiation, she's had chemo, she's had major surgery. Now they found nodules in her lungs. Now they found another thing in her around the clavicle. They're going to put a port in her. They're going to start chemo. They're doing a PET scan. They're going to set her up for a wig consult because this chemo is going to cause her to lose her hair. And I'm thinking, man, oh man, like, seriously? She hasn't caught a break, but she has, because she has Matt, and she got the engagement ring, and they will move forward with that wedding no matter what. What is she being tested for? Why? To teach us something? Is what Tiffany is going through, is it to teach us what life is about? I watch people who are going through those things so that I can gain some strength from them. Watching them, I'm like, if Tiffany can go through that, I can get through this, you know? And so that's why I say so often, please try not to waste a second. I don't care what you're doing, make something good of every single second. My son is here with me, and he's not doing so great, you know. He'll have a good moment and then horrible hours ahead of him. And it takes its toll on both he and I. And I just try to push forward, and he just tries to push forward, because what else can you do, you know? I know that I don't want to miss anything in this last part of my life. After watching Sky pass away, and watching what my son is going through, and watching what Tiffany is going through, and John and his wife Heather, what Heather is going through with early onset dementia, and watching Kelly DeMarco move forward post-cancer from Tim's death, right? Kyle Appleford, after Jenny's death, moving forward, raising the kids. It's not forgetting the person that passed on to another life. It's you taking your life and doing something with it. Because I believe that the ones that have gone on before us want us to do that, you know? So for me right now, everything is a balancing act. I'm learning how to carve time for me, for the man that I'm involved with, for my son, and for all you guys that I love to talk to. Like, I love going over to Messenger, putting my earbuds in and talking with you guys. And everything that I talk about is private between me and the person I'm talking to. So privacy is a big thing for me in my Messenger time. And there's where carving out that time is so important. So I'm trying to get into a rhyme and a rhythm there. And even my evenings with texting, I'm usually like lights out, TV, we might be watching TV, like 8:30 or so, and I put my phone on silent. I put Messenger on silent, and I put my phone on silent. And I tell my son, like, if you need me, come over and yell for me or knock on the door, but you know, my phone's on silent. So if anyone texts me in the evening and it's 8 or 9 my time, I don't get that text till the following morning, because it's the only way I can get any kind of rest. And I might get, you know, multiple texts from all kinds of places and people. So I have to do that for me and then try and play catch up the next day. But I never know what the next day is going to bring, you know. So if I don't get back to someone, it's not anything personal. It's not like, you know, oh, I'm forgetting everybody. I'm not. I'm trying to carve out time where what I talk to you guys about is personal and private. And because it's always been that way. And I will not and cannot let my relationship I'm in now change the building blocks that I've formed with the amazing people that are over on Messenger. Because I need you guys. I ask advice. I fill you in on things. And when I don't talk to you as often as I did, I feel it. There's a deep emptiness in me. So I am going to find my space, and I've already talked to the person that I'm in the relationship with. Like, I need space and time to talk to my people, because you guys were here through all of the stuff that he was not here through, right? So super, super important to me. I'm just trying to find my way. I'm trying to balance. I'm still a widow. Sky is still in my heart. I think about him all the time, but it's not sad memories now. It's good memories. Like, thank you for teaching me that, you know, thank you for showing me that, thank you for reminding me that. And it's balancing my new relationship, because I want it to thrive and I want it to grow, because it's worth it. He's worth it. He's worth my time and my energy, and then time for my son, because he needs me. And then it's time for me, because I need me. I need me. And if I'm not a full cup, I'm not helping anybody. So there's a whole thing going on right now that wasn't going on a little while ago. You know, at one point I had so much time on my hands, I just didn't even know what to do. And you guys know that from my videos. I'm like, hear anything? No, silence. You can hear a pin drop. Now things are different. So it's me finding my time to be able to talk to you guys and talk freely and talk openly about what this feels like. So when you've lost someone and you make the decision to go out into the dating world and start a relationship with someone, you're stretching yourself a bit, because you're not just solely in that relationship. You're in that relationship, but you also have your loved one who's no longer with you, and he or she is there wandering around into your brain the whole time, right? So it's like you're divvying up your brain space, and then you're finding time for yourself, or trying to, because you want to be fair to everybody, including yourself. So you kind of have to be prepared to set boundaries and tell the people around you what you need and what is important to you. and remember the people who were with you from the get-go that held you up. And so for me, it's like, sometimes I'm sleeping better, sometimes I'm sleeping much worse, sometimes my mornings are totally messed up, where I would have a certain routine. Now my routine is a little bit different, and so I have to make adjustments. Time with my daughter, life coaching, that's coming up this Thursday at 2. We had to make some changes last week because she had a PowerPoint presentation. So again, it's constantly making changes to get done everything it needs to get done. I'm working at it. I'm not saying that that I've got it all figured out, because I don't. It was wonderful going to the museum on Sunday. We were there probably about an hour, maybe a little bit longer than an hour, and then sitting outside time, maybe 20 minutes, just watching the water, watching if someone walked by, enjoying the fact that it was sunny, because we're not going to have many more like really warm days here. Like, we're hitting autumn here in Pennsylvania, and so things are changing. We're going to be down in the low 70s, and I don't think we're going to go up into the 80s anymore. I think that's it. It's done. The trees are turning, the colors are coming out, and so it was nice to get out a little bit on Sunday. You know, usually I'm just at the corner store, or I'm getting spring water. I met with my old friend. He came up and picked me up and took me for spring water and to the bank. We stopped and got a hamburger and talked about things he's going through with his partner, where we would get together much more often, but that's changed too now. So again, it's a lot of change in my life that I'm trying to keep up with. So I think those of you who have gone through similar changes, you get it, and I appreciate all the well wishes and all the, you know, the people who are there supporting me and understanding that I'm just one person, and I'm going in a whole lot of emotional directions, which emotionally it drains me physically, and so I'm more tired earlier than what I used to be, and I'm just trying to, you know, be okay, be as okay as I can be. So I'm going to go and check this out, make sure it's good, put it up there for everybody. I'm not big, I don't do a whole lot of texting, but for the couple people who I do text with, I'm going to work at being much more diligent. A lot of times my phone is on silent, just for my own peace of mind. And if my son is on the phone, I'll silence my phone. If the man that I'm involved with is doing something that's important, I will silence my phone. I have to be aware of the people around me too. So, but I will, I'll do better with, you know, getting it into more of a routine, especially with my videos, because we got some stuff coming up that I want to show. We have a show that we're going to in October. I'm not sure of the date, but it's at a planetarium, which I love going to the planetarium. Haven't been there in years, so I'm looking forward to that. I've got my psychiatric appointment, I've got therapy appointment, I've got life coaching. We planned a overnight trip into Maryland to go to the ocean, so that I could see a sunrise and a sunset that I'm really excited about. I said that was in my love bucket list. I haven't been to the ocean since 2006, when I took my dad's ashes to the ocean, which is what he wanted because he was in the Coast Guard. So it's just a late day check-in, overnight, and home the next day. So there's a lot happening, but I will be, I will be filming. I will be putting out what I can share, what I want to, what I feel comfortable with, to give this more time, to build and to thrive and see where we go. So take care, inch by inch. And if you need me, come on over on Messenger. I'm going to check Messenger today. And I'm making it a promise to myself and everyone else that I will be checking Messenger every single day, carving out time, because I need it. You guys might not need to hear from me, but I need it. It's important to me. I need that time. I need that connection. I need to reach out. And so I'm carving out time every single day from here on out to say, are you okay? And what's going on and what's happening in your life? Because it fills up my cup when I do that. So I'm going to check Messenger, and then I will be over there every single day. And you'll get more of these as I move forward and do a little better figuring out what's going on with my life. So take care.